Hi guys, welcome back to Rev Solutions. Today we're going to be looking at the Harley Davidson Livewire. This is a fully electric motorcycle. We're over at Guildford Harley Davidson in Surrey. So the Harley Davidson Livewire, here it is. What a fantastic machine. Right, so let's jump on the Livewire, take you for a ride, let's have a go. So this is the first electric bike I've ever ridden. Get the side stand up. Now sitting on it, it's really comfortable. It's as you can see, pretty much flat footed on this bike. No clutch and no gear selector. So we start by pressing this button here on the right hand side. That turns the machine on. We'll let it do its thing quickly. Great little display on here, really vivid. Okay, and this is the engine start. So here we go, electric motorcycle power, and it's on. That's it. There we go. That is so strange. There's a little jolt, and that's it. It's on. Okay, so let's take this for a ride. So we've got accelerator, and that is it. You feel a little pulse from the bike. But here we go. Just accelerate, and it moves. That is so strange. It's really smooth. Now the indicators, you got your left indicator on your left stalk, your right indicator on your right stalk. Now straight away I just want to reach for that clutch, and that is so strange. When you come to a stop, it is just silent. There's no vibration, there's nothing. It's so weird. However, I can flat foot this bike, so if you're 5'7", you're going to have no issues at all. Let's see what it's like going around here. Well, it handles quite well. Feels quite nice. The indicators are really strange. Self-cancelling indicators. It is just such a smooth ride. It's unbelievable. I'm actually really liking it. It's really good. So it's got 116 foot-pound of torque and 105 brake horsepower. It isn't a lot of brake horsepower, but it's instant. The torque is instant. So as soon as you accelerate, bang, you're off, you're gone. The mirrors are really good as well, I've got to say that. Oh, there we go, just went for the clutch, and there is nothing there. That's going to take a bit of getting used to. Right, so self-cancel indicators, let's see what happens here. Yep, cancelled nicely. Oh my word, that is quick. That is ridiculously quick. If anyone says the Livewire hasn't got enough power, get on the bike, take it out for a ride. It is phenomenal. That is a quick motorcycle. So I'm going to talk about the engine to start with. This has an internal permanent magnet synchronizing motor. I have no idea what that means. However, it sounds good. It's a great sales pitch. And the response from this motor, when you open the throttle up, is second to none. I've never felt anything like it. You accelerate and my gosh does it go some. It is brilliant. It comes in 105 brake horsepower with 116 foot-pound of torque. I'm not going to lie, this thing, if you put this on a track and just open that throttle up, you are going to hold on for your life. It is insanely quick. Now 105 brake horsepower does not sound a lot. However, you throw 116 foot-pound of torque on top of that, instantly you roll on that throttle and this is like a missile. It takes off and it just keeps going. There's no messing around with the clutch, there's no messing around with the gear selector. You haven't got to worry about what you're doing. You just pin that throttle open, off you go, and this bike does all the rest for you. It is fantastic. Now the drive terrain on this bike is a belt driven bike. It's fully encased, which gives it a nice bit of protection being a belt. Last thing I want is some little tow rag slicing your belt. I don't know how often that happens, but a chain, belt, I'll let you decide. The battery is a lithium ion battery. It has a 24 kilowatt capacity. Now an AC charge on this bike comes in at 12.5 hours from empty, and let's face it, that's reasonable for an AC charge. However, the brilliant thing Harley Davidson have done here, which is charging it in 1 hour from empty on a DC charge. That is fantastic. In terms of other vehicles that are charging with electricity, 1 hour from empty is perfect. That's what you want. You want to go out, enjoy your ride, pop it on charge if you've managed to find a DC charge, and then have a cup of tea, have your coffee, your cake, whatever you want to do when you ride, and then go straight back out after an hour and hit the roads again. So a big thumbs up to Harley Davidson on this one for their fast charger. In the city, you're looking around about 140, 146 miles to a full charge. When you get onto the motorways, you're looking at 70 miles an hour. It's going to give you a rough range of about 70 to 80 miles. Let's face it, you're not going to be sitting on the motorway continuously on this motorcycle. If you are, hopefully you're going to get to another, fuel stop, electricity stop in that 70 miles. So it's not unpractical.
Now the actual position of your body on this bike, it feels pretty much like a Triumph Street Triple. It's quite comfortable. Your legs are in a backward position. The handlebars are slightly aggressive, pulling you down towards the front of the bike. The bike weighs in at just about 1/4 of a ton. However, when you're riding, you do not feel that weight whatsoever. It is really, really light. It's got cruise control, which let's try that now. So I've got it there. There we go. So we've got the cruise control on now. Cruise control at 30 miles an hour. Perfect. I do miss bikes with cruise control. After test riding all these motorcycles with cruise control, it's just so nice. You can get on it, you haven't got to do anything. Cruise control on and ride and enjoy it. The seat is relatively firm, however it's not uncomfortable. I think you're going to want a little bit of a break after a while sitting on the seat, but that's like most motorcycles. Unless you get an aftermarket ridiculously comfortable seat, you are going to want to get off after a while. The suspension is quite hard. There was a couple of bumps then I just went over, and it really did jolt the machine about. That said, it wasn't uncomfortable. Front brake, really good. Now at the moment this bike is in road mode. You can change that. What have we got? We got sport, we got rain. Let's try rain. Rain should have a higher level of traction control. I'll go through the settings in a minute. I am going to go into eco mode as well. Now eco mode should give you the most regen. So coming to a complete stop, my feet are completely flat to the floor. Right, so I'm now in eco mode. It's not as responsive, don't get me wrong, it's still very responsive. The regen is quite heavy. You can really feel it braking when you get that deceleration. I'm loving the height of this bike though. My feet are flat footed, which is really, really nice and really reassuring when you're on a motorcycle. There you go. She just pulls away so quickly. This is phenomenal. Love it.
Now the front suspension on this bike is a fully adjustable Showa separate function forks. It's got a big piston, 43mm inverted fork, or 4.5 inches. The rear suspension is a fully adjustable Showa Balance free rear cushion piggyback reservoir shock, a bit of a mouthful, 4.5 inches again. You're looking at the wheels. They are a split 5-spoke cast aluminium wheel. I think they look really nice. They've got a bit of a spoke at the top of them, and the design is quite different. I like it. The tyres, this comes with Michelin Scorcher Sport tyres. Run it out on the road, they give you ample grip. I really do like them. Obviously it's summertime, I've not tested them in the wet, but in the dry they are really good, and they inspire a lot of confidence from them as well, which is what you want on a motorcycle. The front tyre comes in at a 120, 70 and a 17-inch rim, and the rear tyre comes in at a big nice 180, 55, 17-inch rim again. The front of the bike comes with a 300mm disc, and the rear is a 260mm disc, and the front has got a Brembo 4-piston monoblock caliper. This bike comes with ABS as standard, as most bikes do, and let's face it, you've got a lot of power here. You're going to want the stopping power as well with that. The wheelbase on this bike is 58.7 inches. The rake is back at a nice 24.5 degrees, so it gives you a nice aggressive feeling when you're riding it. It does feel like a sports bike, but I think it feels more like a, say for instance, a Triumph Street Triple. It's got a real nice sporty feel to it, but you're not literally sitting with your elbows in your knees. The seat height is 30.7 inches. Ground clearance is 5.1 inches, so you've got a little bit of ground clearance. However, you're not going to want to smash that over any big curves or anything, because that is where the battery sits nice and low on this bike. The curb weight, it is quite a heavy bike. It's 249 kilograms. However, that is predominantly going to be made up of that big battery delivering that amazing amount of power. This bike comes in the black, which I think is probably the best looking colour. Harley Davidsons for me look good when they're black. Also comes in like a yellowy gold colour and also an orange.
Now the big question is, for the price, £29,000 for a new motorcycle that is an electric motorcycle, is it good value for money? I'm not sure. It's a lot of money. It is a hell of a lot of money. However, if you're not put off by that, I would go out and buy it. I think I'm slightly converted towards Harley Davidson's Livewire. Right, what's its filtering capabilities? Because it does feel like it's got quite wide handlebars. Well, that was close to that wind mirror. Yeah, getting through. Yeah, it's okay, filtering wise, it's alright. So in and around town, you're not really going to have many issues, which is what we like to see from a motorcycle. Alright, let's take it out of eco mode, put it back into road. Oh yeah, straight away you can feel that acceleration. So I was just holding the accelerator at one position, then flicked it onto road mode, and it just carried on pulling really, really well. The balance is really, really good. When you're slowing down, even though it hasn't got an engine keeping that gyroscopic effect going, keeping the bike upright, it's really stable. It is really, really good. I'm loving this little machine. It is brilliant. And let's face it, that torque, 116 foot-pound of torque, absolutely amazing. Now my back is nice and straight. I'm not hunched forward, but I am leaning forward. So if you don't like to be leaning forward on a motorcycle, you may find this slightly uncomfortable. But then again, I just guess it depends on how long you're going to be riding it for. If you're not going to be riding it for hours on end, I don't see any reason why you would struggle with this bike. So we've got Sport, Rain, Eco, and then three preset modes that you can program with different traction control, different power. You got your horn, you got your traction control button, hold that, turns traction control off, hold it again, turns traction control back on, your high beam, your headlight flash. Just feel a little like a heartbeat on this machine, ever so slight heartbeat when you stopped. I think I read somewhere that Harley Davidson actually put that little pulse, that little beat in it to let you know that the bike is on. You can feel it. The tank is really narrow and you can really squeeze your legs around the tank, again giving you a nice grip, nice feel for the bike. I do love the cruise control aspect of this machine. Again, coming to a stop, just going slow, the bike doesn't really feel like it wobbles. It handles lovely. Those self cancel indicators, they are really good. I've got to say, I do like those. And the display is really, really clear. You haven't got to look and then really figure out what you're looking for. You just glance down, you can see it, and the way it accelerates, those numbers just go flying up. Oh, it's brilliant. I really do like this machine. It's really flickable, really agile, really nimble. The feet are really, really comfortable. It's just got normal foot pegs. However, you don't feel like you're on the balls of your feet, your heel of your feet. You are on the ball of your feet, but it's just a really comfortable riding position. And it looks amazing in the mirror of the shops. Everyone loves riding past, looking at themselves, and on a Harley Davidson Livewire, what's not to love? It does have a tune. You can really hear it whining away. I've got 78% battery left, 97 miles. So this is going to be absolutely fine to keep going with for a bit longer. Now, I was saying earlier, the wind mirrors, they are really good. And they are really good. They're small, but you've got so much visibility behind, especially if you just get them at that right angle. There we go. They taper off like a teardrop. Narrow at the outside, quite fat on the inside. Maybe that would be better swapped around. You can rotate them, but let's face it, objects may appear closer. It's going to be at the bottom, it's going to be upside down, mirrors upside down. Yeah, we'll leave them that way, and they do the job just right. Now I want to try and get on a bit more of an open road so I can really test this bike out. But the brakes, they are really, really good, and also coupled up with the regen, you can't go wrong. If you're going to have to hit an emergency stop, you are going to stop. So I've been on this bike about 15 minutes so far. Not getting any aches and pains. Really comfortable. Lovely sporty position. Again, like I said, it's like a naked bike. It's like a Triumph Street Triple, the position, and it is really nice. 10 out of 10 on that one for Harley Davidson there. Now the pickup in sport mode is unbelievable. It really is something else. I do not know why you're going to want to ride this bike in any other mode other than sport mode. It is brilliant. It is responsive. It is quick. It's literally everything you want at the twist of a wrist.
Right, so I'm going to walk you through the bike now. Starting off with the seat. The pillion seat is very, very small. I wouldn't want to be a pillion on this bike. I'm not going to lie, it's very small. No doubt it is very achievable for a pillion. You got the pillion pegs down here, which again, it is going to be set up well for a pillion, but I think this is more of a solo rider's motorcycle. At the rear, above the pillion seat, you've got your nice grip here. So when you are manoeuvring the bike about, you've got something at the rear to grab hold of, which does go a long way. The seat for the rider is very small. However, that said, it holds you in perfectly. I really can't fault this seat at all. It is slightly hard, but that's not a fault, because it makes you feel like you're on the bike, you're riding it, and it keeps you alert, which again is really nice. Harley Davidson have got nice pads as well, just here. So when you've got your crotch and your inner thighs, you've got a nice soft area to grip hold of. And when you're riding, and you're riding for a long amount of time, that does play a big part in keeping you comfortable on your ride. Again, it's got the nice stitching going along the seat, round the back and down the other side. Looking at the tank, you've got this nice centre section of matte plastic. Got a nice shiny tank either side of it. Well, I'm saying tank, but it's not actually the tank, is it? It's where the battery and all the charging facility brings the power in. So on the top, you press down, you lift up, and you've got your charging port. You've got your normal AC at the top, you flip open the bottom panel, and you've got your DC charge to really boost this power up nice and quickly. Close it, give it a little click, and it's all sorted. The display on the bike is a nice bright TFT display. Absolutely love it. It gives you all the information that you need. You're not going to be squinting down, looking down, trying to see your speed, your range, your regen, your acceleration. It is there, crystal clear. You can see everything. The wind mirrors, brilliant. Again, I can't fault them. Harley Davidson have really done well with this bike. £30,000, you'd expect it, and I love it. It's really good. Wind mirrors, great visibility, but they're small, but they still give you great visibility. Normally, when you go small, you do compromise with your visibility, not with this bike. Looking at the near side controls, on the left hand side, you've got your traction control. Hold that, it will turn it on and off. You got your horn, your headlight main beam, your headlight flash. Above it, you've also got your mileometer, your trip and everything like that, just at your top index finger. Below, you've got your near side indicator. You've got your cruise control. You've also got a selector button down here. Just over the side, you've also got a voice command. I'm guessing that is going to link to your phone, to your Bluetooth, so you can do some hands-free technology. Over on the right hand side, you've got your engine start, your engine stop, your ignition, your hazards, your mode to go through, your mode settings, your road, your rain, your eco and your sport. You've got your offside indicator, and down here you've also got your menu selector, which goes through some other menus. Coming around to the front of the motorcycle, you've got a nice shiny fairing coming over the front of the headlight, which again gives it that Harley Davidson sporty look, which I really do like. A lot of naked bikes just chop off at the front. You got your headlight and you got your display. Not Harley Davidson, they've put a bit of thought into that. It looks really, really good. Moving down to the headlight is really, really nice and bright. Again, I haven't taken this out at night, so I can't comment on the visibility. However, during the day, it does look really good as a daytime running light. Your indicators, again, LEDs, nice and bright. They give you fantastic visibility. When you come towards somebody, they can see exactly where you're going. Round to the side, the off side of the bike, again, you've got your Brembo calipers. You got your normal forks, they're not upside down forks on this bike. You got your lovely cast aluminium wheel, which I think again looks really, really nice. You got your little radiator at the top of the front of the bike here. Sweeps down. These fins look amazing. They really do set this bike off. It just screams, I've got some power, I'm an electric motorcycle and I'm going to go fast, which it does. Down the bottom, you've got your big battery, which is going to give you all that instant, unbelievable amount of power. Coming to the rear of the bike, you've got your belt, and this is all completely encased. Obviously it's exposed around here, but the majority of it is completely encased, which again gives it a nice sense of security that no one's going to start tampering with your bike. The rear wheel, however, has got a nice big rear hugger, comes straight over. Your LED brake light and tail light is built into the back of this hugger, and you got your nice small number plate with your LED indicators at the back. I think Harley Davidson have really hit the nail on the head with this bike. It is fun, exciting to ride, smooth. I'll get on it now and I'll just show you as a 5'7" person what it's like. Just put that peg out of the way. And there you go, completely flat-footed on the bike. This has given me no issues at all when I come to stop at any junction, any traffic light. Feet down, nice and easy. The seating position, when you have got your feet on the bike, again, is really, really comfortable. You're not contorted into some horrible position. You are just sat very comfortably on the motorcycle. Let's get up off side stand. Very comfortably on the motorcycle, riding. It is a keyless ignition, this bike, so as long as you've got the keys on you, you have no issue. Just make sure your pocket's zipped up, otherwise if you lose them, I think you're going to have some troubles. So, this is the Harley Davidson Livewire.
It is just a really, really good looking motorcycle. Those brakes are really, really good. With the design of this bike, it looks so good. It's like futuristic, still got the Harley Davidson little cowling around the front headlight. But yeah, I really do like the style of this bike. Harley Davidson have done really well on it. In the dealership, this bike, £29,250 I believe. £5,000 deposit brings your monthly payments in at about £371 a month, which it is a lot of money. However, the bike is a lot of money. So relatively, if you're only looking for a motorcycle, you're not worried about a really nice new car. Well, maybe you've got a new car, but you want to be out there in the 21st century and you want the best motorcycle toy. You want it. You want to be out there with the new technology. £370 a month after a £5,000 deposit isn't unreasonable. I've really got to say, this is, I love it. I absolutely love it. The immense power that this bike produces from that electric engine is just, it is instant. If you've never ridden a motorcycle that is electric driven, get on one. And the Harley Davidson Livewire, let's face it, it's a game changer. There are no other motorcycles on the market of this quality. I think Zero are the only other real brand out there, but I've not ridden one of those yet, and I'm not going to knock them because I'm sure they are really, really good bikes. But this is a Harley. This has had 10 years of design go into it. Harley Davidson have come out and produced an amazing motorcycle. It handles well. I mean, coming into the corner like that really well. As a rider, it does give you a lot of feedback. It inspires confidence. Obviously this bike can also connect to your mobile phone. It's got a tracker on it, so when it's on your mobile phone you can see if it gets stolen, where it goes. This is the bike of the future. Now when the price comes down, as inevitably it will do, as more electric motorcycles get produced, technology becomes cheaper, this will be a lot more affordable to the mass, and therefore I can see a lot more Harley Davidson Livewires, second generation ones, being all over the place. But I've put this in eco mode now. See if I can get a few miles more back out of the bike. It is such a quick motorcycle. If you're going to want to pull away really quickly and get away from anything, I don't think there's much out there that's going to be able to keep up with you. Definitely not in the car world. Now I've been on the bike a good half an hour. I've still got no aches, no pains, nothing at all. I don't have a numb butt, my wrists aren't hurting. Doing really well on it. Now on the left index finger you've got a little clicker here. That cycles through the miles, your tripometers, etc. right the way through. And that shows up on the top right hand corner of the motorcycle's display. One thing that is really odd is that your left indicator is on the left stalk, the right indicator is on the right stalk. I think that's pretty standard for most Harley Davidsons. However, coming from 95% of every other bike on the road, that is different. It is very strange. Takes a little bit getting used to. Now this bike performs best around town. The mileage will go up to about 140 miles out of a full charge. When you plug in the fast charge, I think it's the DC charge, that will give you a full charge within 1 hour, which is, let's face it, in terms of charging electric vehicles, that is unbelievable. 1 hour from empty. I don't think the technology is there yet to get better than that. Harley Davidson have done well for it to be down to 1 hour. The tyres are given, from what I've felt so far, plenty of grip, which is really reassuring. Okay, so let's start this bike again. So I stand up, it's already on, press the power button, they go from amber to green, and we're good to go. Right, so when we're going through, we've got battery temperature. This little button down here gives us loads of different displays. You connect your phone to it. I'm starting to get used to the bike without a clutch, but it's just how quickly this machine accelerates is unbelievable. So let's go through the top 5 things that I like about the Harley Davidson Livewire in this almost an hour of riding it. So number 1 is the power. I'm not gonna lie, the power is unbelievable. It is so quick. And that is a little doggy running away from somebody's house. That's not what we like to see, is it? Let's try and get the little pooch. There you go, you come out on a test ride and end up, oh no, don't go near the roundabout, don't go near the roundabout, don't go near the roundabout, no. Well, there you go, that was unexpected. I think the only good thing I can do is go back and hopefully have a look on the other carriageway, and hopefully I'm not picking up a dead dog. However, Harley Davidson Livewire, very agile, very nimble, coming around a roundabout, really smooth. Now I don't know if you can hear me, but on the dual carriageway there isn't a lot of wind. You can feel it in your chest, but it's not uncomfortable and it's not causing any issues.
What?
Well, I'm absolutely puffed out. It looks like the little pooch has been saved. This Harley Davidson test ride has definitely turned out to be something interesting. Right, so let's see what the Harley Davidson's 0 to 60 time is. Well, it's quick, but I had to slow down for the traffic. So, back to the test ride. Now, another really good thing I do like about this Harley Davidson Livewire is the fact that it only takes 1 hour on a fast charge to charge. That is phenomenal. In this day and age, when we are so young in terms of battery technology for motor vehicles, a 1 hour charge from empty is amazing. Okay, you have to have the big power DC supply. I think it's DC supply, but nonetheless it is still very, very quick. Right, so let's see how this gets on. Do 20 miles an hour and off we go. Full power. Unbelievable. It is such a quick motorcycle. In that sport mode, it does not hang around, and then when you let off, you regen. So the bike actually shows you exactly what you're doing, which is again really, really interesting. 67%, 82 miles. This bike is fantastic. I love it. I absolutely love this bike. Practicality wise, it obviously doesn't have the luggage and everything that you're going to have and that you're going to want on a day-to-day style commuting bike. However, no doubt you can get stuff fitted. There's plenty of things out there these days that will help you get stuff fitted, but I do keep going to reach for the the clutch and the gear. That's just so strange. The display is so crystal clear. It's one of the best displays I think I've ever seen on a motorcycle for a TFT. Now obviously the BMW TFT, I think that is leading the way in TFT displays. However, followed quite closely by Harley Davidson. Like I said, this gives you all the information you need, and no doubt if I was to sit down and play with it a little bit more, I'd be able to change settings, because you can actually change like the colour of this display, and there's certain things you can do. So it's got the potential to really be a fantastic customised display when you know how to use it. Obviously I've only got this for a couple of hours, so I'm just getting you familiar with the ergonomics of the bike, how it handles, what it feels like. It is very, very comfortable to sit on. The position you're in is giving me no problem whatsoever. So London over in the distance there, through the trees. Probably can't see it on camera, but yep, London is just over there. Now I'll be honest, I didn't know what I would be expecting from the Livewire, so I went in with a completely open mind. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, I looked at this and went, I don't like electric motorcycles, not interested. I looked at it with some curiosity and thought, it's electric, why not? Let's give it a go. And I'm not disappointed. I really am not disappointed. It's great around town, as you saw earlier, great for filtering. It's got cruise control, which again helps you on a long drive. The brakes are fantastic. It does take a bit of getting used to with no clutch and no gear select, but once you've ridden it for a little bit and you know that power is just instantly there, it's amazing. It really is amazing. You've got to get on one of these Livewires, pop down to your local Harley Davidson dealer and take one out. I need to say a big thank you to Harley Davidson in Guildford, and especially Steve. Steve has been amazing. If you go to Harley Davidson, pop down, have a chat with Steve and all the other salespersons. I've personally dealt with Steve and he is a brilliant chap. Really, really friendly. You'll get on with him like you've known him for 50 years. He's brilliant. If you've ridden a Harley Davidson Livewire, please let me know in the comment section below what you thought of the Livewire. Did you enjoy it? Did you think, meh, it's not quite there yet? What are your thoughts? Personally, I love this. I absolutely love it. I love moving forward with the future. I love new technology, and Harley Davidson have brought their vehicles into the modern day. They are leading the way that all other motorcycles are gonna go one day. Right, back brake. Back brake is good. Like on most motorcycles, it's a little bit, I would say sluggish, but it does work. It is a good brake. The pickup again is really nice. It's just such an agile motorcycle. I am really impressed with this bike. No doubt if I had it for longer, if I had it for a couple of days, give it a good ride, I'm going to love it even more. Now I did say earlier the suspension is quite stiff, and it is a stiff suspension, but it does not hurt. It is comfortable, but it does give you great feedback. Now if I was to own this Harley Davidson Livewire, I think this would be a fantastic bike to take out when you're not working, take out for a good ride, go explore some places. But the one thing you are going to have to bear in mind, as with every electric vehicle, is your charging ports. You're going to have to know where they are, and obviously with the app and different applications you can get online, you are not going to have any issues with that, because you're going to find out where they are, and hopefully you're going to probably plan your route. Now that is a downside, because obviously if you just have a petrol vehicle and a motorcycle, you can just ride wherever you want. There's always going to be a fuel stop close by that's going to get you some fuel. But with the electric motorcycles, that may not be the case. So that is always in the forefront of your mind, thinking, am I going to be able to charge this machine, or am I not? Who knows? Right, so we'll rock up into Harley Davidson, we'll put this back on charge. Here we go, let's turn this off. Right, so motorcycle, press this, we open up the charging port. Now for the fast charger, what we do is we lift this one up. This gives you your fast charging port. So we're going to pick this up, we're going to plug it in just like that. As you can see, the Harley Davidson sign has come on. It says that the electricity is connected, preparing. Now it's communicating with the bike, and you can now see it's connected and it's charging. You've got your chargers up along the side. So as you can see, the charging port is connected to the motorcycle. It's now charging. So we'll leave this on charge, and we'll come back to it shortly.
Thank you for watching Rev Solutions. Please give us a big thumbs up if you like this video. If you have ridden the Harley Davidson Livewire, please leave us a comment in the comment section below. Tell us what you thought about it. I really do like this bike. I really can't fault it. I think it is a fantastic bike. The price is very steep, however, you get what you pay for. You get a fantastic, absolutely futuristic motorcycle. Well worth the test ride. Until next time, please hit that subscribe button, ride safe, and we'll see you soon.